Good morning. Oh boy. Good morning. I gotta say, it is tough to keep working out during the summer. It's harder. It's something. It's an obstacle I didn't anticipate that the warmer weather would bring me just wanting to go outside more. And I'm like, you know, when I started, I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to like the summer months because, I'll do outdoor runs or whatever. That hasn't happened. I don't know. I just want to do more things. Motivation's still high to keep going with the workouts and stuff, but I look outside, I'm like, I just want to be out there. Even though it's a rainy day. I don't know, weird things affecting your motivation to keep working out. I feel like the monotony of working out is sort of getting to me. Having a sport definitely helps with that as a motivating factor, but we're creatures of habit. It's just like so natural to just keep doing the same thing you did yesterday. It's like the one benefit. It was like the main accountability is one thing, but the other benefit of having like a personal trainer is that you don't have to think. You don't have to think about what to do. Just like somebody will pick for you.
MR_Seeker said, worst idea in the world.
Oh, what's that, Mr. Seeker? Good morning, Mr. Seeker. How's it going?
Thinking.
Good morning, Kim. Thinking. Oh, okay. Thinking too much. Hey, good morning, Bowser's Bing Bing Burrito. Hey, thanks for the gift. Thank you, Gavin.
Sometimes you have to stop thinking and just doing.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's kind of what this is. Just shut up and ride. Monotony is one thing, but not doing it over not doing it is definitely the better solution. Even if it's exactly the same. people have those like clown videos where they only work out one part of their body. Like there's that one guy who's only doing like the shrugs, and he does like 100 shrugs a day, and he's got like a huge. I mean, truly, we are desperate for content in this world. When it's like, I guess, you know, freak show stuff has always kind of been a thing people have been interested in. And so if you're willing to put your body on the line for entertainment, I mean, I guess this is what this is kind of at. Good morning, you're not qualified. Same, bro, yeah. Chandru, hi, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I feel like that's how a lot of people break into the industry. Like Oprah did like Jerry Springer level stuff. And then she didn't have to do it anymore. But to get that initial big break, you need like that shock and awe to get eyeballs because they're just like, whoa, what is this? What is going on? Hey, thanks, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I'm feeling much better in life. It is the right decision. I gotta look at fitness not like a, I don't feel like doing it. What's the purpose? I've plateaued. Who cares anymore? I gotta treat it more like brushing my teeth. Working out is just a chore I have to do if I don't want to be like a toothless, you know, scoliosis burden on society. You know, I gotta treat my body right. You know, I drink water, I brush my teeth, and I can exercise. And yeah, I might not be losing any weight, but I'm definitely not gaining any weight. Ugh, sorry, wasn't you on the Howard Stern show? I wish. You looking good, my dude. Thank you, thank you. But we are losing weight, you know. You could pass for as a singer for the Foo Fighters. Yeah, Dave Grohl, yes. I get that a lot. I think it's just like the hair. Yeah, the hair and the facial, maybe. He's got a better mustache. Otherwise, side by side. I wonder how many people have facial blindness by beards. Because whenever I had a beard, like just a normal, full beard, people would be like, hey, do I know you? I go, you hear that so many times, you're like, you definitely do not. But I look like a friend or something, you know. Consistency is key. I'm on the same journey. Nice. Ironically, like doing this is kind of like, you know, it's easy. It's like, yeah, it's brushing your teeth. Once you get in the habit of it, ooh, I can hop on the bike easy peasy. And once I'm going till I'm done. The hard part has always, always, always been food. You still got that Macho Man shirt? I do, yes. Oh yeah, I got that Macho Man shirt. I always think I have a better Macho Man than I do, and I listen back to it, I go, that doesn't sound anything like him. Everyone goes, oh yeah. I heard that's a trick, though, the snapping into an impression. Is, you know, you say the one word or whatever, the phrase that helps you, like, snap into the persona, and then you can kind of go other places with it. Food just be tasting so good. Oh, God, yeah. It's like the addictive drug you have to take. You know, food addiction is so interesting because you have to eat it. Like, imagine anything else in the world where it's just like, you just got to do a little bit of crack. Just a little bit. Don't go overboard. It's like, oh, easy for you to say. How am I supposed to not go overboard with an addictive? Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm fat again. Whoops. I saw a cake across the room, went into a fugue state, and ate the whole thing. Now I'm not invited to this birthday party anymore, and I gained 5 pounds. I told you I had a problem. Why'd you bring birthday cake? Lock that shit up. Ration it. You knew I was coming over. I told you I was fat. And, you know, the fat brain thing, it's all about moderation. If I maintain a calorie deficit, I will lose weight. The problem, the fat brain, there's a lot of things your fat brain, and all my fats will get this, to tell yourself to, it doesn't make any sense logically on a piece of paper, but in your mind at the moment, it makes total sense. And that is like, you know, I went over my calorie allotment. Might as well just go ham now. I went over by 10 calories. I might as well go over by 1,000 now. Favorite video game at the moment? Oh, I've been playing Dave the Diver. Very fun. I like Dave the Diver. It does feel like there's a lot of parts of Dave the Diver to just waste my time. But overall fun. Good gameplay loop. A lot of things to like keep it fresh and interesting. A lot of those mini games, though, do feel like there was no thought put into it. And they're just really stapled on. And it's kind of like not really fun, but it's just like, oh, I guess I have to do this welding mini game where I just trace a line. Okay. Tell me about it. Or yeah, some of the bosses, it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to have bosses in a game like that. It's like a simulator, a sushi restaurant simulator. Yeah. I don't know. And the amount of fish you need for some of the stuff, it's like, holy shit. I mean, I know that's what like the farms are for. I kind of like that part of it, I guess. But yeah, everything outside of the main gameplay, like the farming aspect, I don't like. The seaweed farming and the regular farming, it's like, okay, you clearly added this as like an afterthought for sure. It's kind of not at all part of the regular gameplay loop. It's just kind of like an annoying task I have to take care of. But you know, as much as I'm complaining, I'm criticizing it, but I really like that game. It did a lot of stuff. You know, love the weird cutscenes for like upgrades and like the VIPs. Love the weird weapons guy. Addicted to weeaboo stuff. I was really excited for Doom Dark Ages, but, you know, I hold off. I hold off for a month because I've been burned before by paying full price for a game and just being like, I should have just waited to see that it wasn't really that good. You know, because everyone, day one, is like, wow, this is good, you know. It's easy to make like an hour of a game really fun. Or 8 hours of a game really fun. They got to drop Smiling Friends Season 3. Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait for that. Zach and Michael. You know, animation just takes forever. And they really do some wild stuff. Mr. Beast. Yep, it's me. I gained 150 pounds. Now, can I lose it for $1 million? But there's a twist. If I don't lose at a certain rate, they shoot me in the legs with a sniper rifle. The nebulous they. The puppet masters that control my every waking moment will start eviscerating me. I better hold off the chicken nuggets. I don't think the mic is even on. TikTok will not give me a stream key, so this is for Twitch and YouTube, and I have a shotgun mic for the TikTok. But thank you for warning me. I appreciate the... I have to like just straight stream off my phone for some reason. Something sounds off, yeah, for sure.
TikTok
so if you want the high
like
fidelity
you.
audio, twitch.tv/AIPD or YouTube at AIPD. Hey, thanks for the follow. TikTok doesn't like you. No, I see why they do it. I see why they do it. They don't want a bunch of people with overlays streaming television. You know, TikTok's live feed is all people. I get it. I appreciate that. It's like very different from, you know, looking through Twitch lives or YouTube lives. I got a stream key, but they are picky as hell, yeah. I technically don't even have the required amount of followers for streaming, but they just gave me access, so I appreciate that, I guess. I don't know why.
They need more peeps.
They need more peeps, yeah. They need more peeps streaming different things. I feel like since I've been streaming the fitness category, they're like, oh yeah, we definitely don't have a lot of these. And all the ones we do have are basically softcore porn. Hey! Thanks for the follow, Joka. Thank you for following on both. Yeah. Better sound here. Oh, yeah. High fidelity XLR dynamic mic. I get my super radio announcer voice going. You still got that DQ gift card? I actually do. It's sitting on my desk staring me down every day. I do 10 miles every other day on the cycle at Planet Fitness. Haven't lost a pound. But I was on insulin. Keep a food log. Because for me, I was like, I'm not keeping a damn food log. But honestly, keeping like a rigorous food log helped me to realize I was not under a calorie deficit like I assumed I was. You know, I would snack a bunch. I was king of the board eat. And that was sending me over, way over the whole, even when I thought I was way under. It's those like little snacks in between. But as soon as I stop food logging, which is like just totally homework, I lost 30 pounds and hit a wall.
The only pounds I lose at the gym is the pee.
The only international joke, Bulk. Good morning, Bulk. The food makes you think about twice about snacking. Yeah. You're like, do I really want to cut into my dinner budget by eating this, bag of chips right now? That means I gotta like eat half my dinner if I eat this bag of snacks. I don't know. And then as soon as I stop food logging, it goes right back. I go right back to bad habits. Which is right I'm at now. Yeah. I've hit a wall. I'm in the same place you are, Joker. Are we getting any more skits this year? Yeah. We've been pitching ideas back and forth, my group, but I think we're too in our head. We're too obsessed with making something to rival the DQ gift card or one of our other ones that have gotten a lot of views, and stop making stuff, which I don't like. My sketch comedy group, we're paralyzed by choice. And we've been doing a podcast where we pitch as part of the podcast, but now we're too obsessed with that and making that sound good. I'm like, we're not making the sketches though. I guess we're just starting out, so a lot of people have been busy. The podcast eats up a lot of time. Nobody's watching the podcast. Totally not robots if you're interested to see us come up with ideas like the DQ sketch. Yeah, we just got to make something, though. We just got to start filming more stuff. Actually, the benefit before we had the podcast was we just come up with an idea. Everyone would bring an idea. We'd all spitball, and then we'd shoot something. What's it mainly about? Us pitching comedy ideas and then doing none of them. That's kind of what it's about. We really wanted to kind of capture the writer's room, but it's kind of not interesting until you have an idea that's really big, and then you could go, hey, I could go see where the sausage is made. I could see how this idea was incepted. But then you realize that a lot of comedy pitching and early writing, a lot of ideas get thrown at the wall, and a lot of the ideas don't stick. Or you have fun pitching it, and then you have no fun making it. In terms of what makes it, it's so confusing. The ideas that get picked up by the algorithm, I can't exactly reverse engineer it yet. I don't know what takes off or why it takes off. I think I have an idea, and then I pitch ideas like that, and then those do worse than my other videos. So maybe rehashings. Being creative is hard. It's very hard. There's a lot of air that you don't see. Even the best artists, I've talked about this before. I feel like to be a true, amazing artist, that's revered, all you need is a solid 3 minutes. The TikTok stuff is under a minute, normally 15 to 20 seconds. That's the stuff that really pops off. Depends on the content. But to be revered, sometimes it's part of a movie or something, but it's all context building up to your 3 minutes. It's Godfather. It's all building up to the 3 minutes where Michael takes over the business. Yeah, I feel like for, people to really love you, 3 solid minutes, no wasted seconds. How many musicians, you like a song. It's that 3 minutes. So I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall. I have all these different attempts, but I'm really just hunting. I'm like searching a bale of hay for my 3 minutes that I could just coast off of the rest of my life. It makes me enough money where I could do a bunch of creative stuff that's not nearly as funny as that. But I could try. It's my lofty goal. It's kind of like my version of playing the lottery. I know it's probably not going to happen. But if I give up, it's definitely not going to happen, which is kind of a dangerous, addictive form of thinking. Like if I was a gambler saying, I can't stop playing the lottery. I played so much of the lottery. But, you can't be famous. No one's just going to be like, stop on the street and say, did that guy just say a joke? Hey, you want to be in a movie? Now you're famous. Never going to happen. I got to keep making stuff.
MR_Seeker
it out
said,
into the
house
ether.
always wins.
You definitely have something with this for sure. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. The house always wins. That's true, too. And then when you do have someone, when you do have something so special, Hollywood tries to snatch it from you. Those predatory 360 contracts. Hey, you got to sign this. You never got to sign nothing. Nick the Third. Good morning, Leo.
It's not being special. It's knowing how to deal with shitty contracts.
Yeah. Or that too. I mean, I think there's a certain level of, creative juice that kind of just gets squeezed from you. As you're working your way up to be famous, it's very punk rock. Anything goes. You have integrity and messages to your work. And then as soon as you get famous, they're like, cut out all that controversial stuff, which is the stuff that made you famous in the first place.
Oh,
they're like,
lucky me.
It's honestly kind of a smart business move because they're like, you took your whole life doing the stuff you like to do and that artistic shit, and then one thing popped up, and we really just kind of want to wring that out for every dime possible. So, you continuing to say controversial stuff, it's kind of affecting our bottom line. And unless you can, deliver hit after hit, like a Tarantino or something, while doing the edgy stuff, you kind of lost the privilege, or you haven't proven yourself.
You talking about my last 2 years?
It is a business at the end of the day, and businesses are evil money-making machines. But when is that going to happen? When is someone going to hack all the financials and leak how much? I think
I am going to make
a lot of what they're willing to get away with is, hey, we're not making any money. They find creative ways of bookkeeping so that, even though it's Disney, we made $0 last year. I would love for these financials to be hacked for all these big companies.
SSSHHHTTT.
Everybody's dirty laundry out there.
Everybody's going to learn how to moneyball.
Everyone's got to learn how to moneyball. Hey, good morning, Biz. Yeah. At my first job, I had my yearly review, way back, fresh out of college, I was just kind of happy for the opportunity. I asked for like a 5% raise.
MR
As a couple
underscore
$1,000.
seeker said, it's knowing how to legally rip off the middleman.
And they made such a pain in the ass. Like, do you really deserve it? Did you go above and beyond? It's like, oh, God, you're really making me work for what I just deserve to have. Like, if you want to hold on to me as a talent, like, you know, I've grown and learned stuff. Anyway, you get really in your head. And then you find out they spent like $10 million on some piece of crap that nobody used. It's like, what the hell? You were like nickel and diming me over a couple $1,000 and you just essentially wasted $10 million on some weird marketing campaign that definitely didn't get anyone more interested in the company. Some bullshit. And then I was like, I'm out of here. Peace. You know, they're all about saving money. But at the same time, it's just like hoarding. Yeah, no, it's dragons sitting on a pile of gold money.
You know, I left one of my jobs. Exactly that.
Oh, yeah. There's a conspiracy. The BBC is inflating Doctor Who viewer numbers by conflating it with big football matches just before it. Oh, interesting. So they want to be like, hey, you know, you say nobody's watching the new Doctor Who, but oh, that's interesting. I do believe that conspiracy theory. Biz now immediately presented to me. All right, let's lift some weights. Woo! 140. Okay. There we go. Lifting some weights.
Bulk Bogan official said, there's a conspiracy that BBC are infalting Doctor Who so he flies up into the space and dies.
That's pretty good.
Byzantiadev said, you need to find cover for your own time off too.
Yes, exactly. I hate that. I hate when at a job you're clearly doing someone else's responsibility because they're trying to be lazy. And it usually comes from management. Hey, can you do this? That's my job, but I need you to do it because I didn't do it. And I'm going to get yelled at, but I'm responsible for you, so I'll just yell at you if you don't do it. Sure. Okay. All right, let's lift some weights.
MR underscore seeker said, main issue I had, seeing management getting paid 30K monthly while you see them nuke your whole expertise.
Yes. Oh, I hate that too. They're like, really, how valuable do you think you are? It's like, there wouldn't be a product without me? Yeah, we don't really think so. 1, 2, 3. You don't think so? 4. Have you been coding it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Byzantiadev said, the worst workplace I was in was a call center that tracked every second of every call.
Oof.
It drove me literally mad for a while.
20. Call centers are the worst. 21. You want to micromanage me in my ear on a call while I'm trying to do my job? 22. 23. 24. Hey, I'm in training. My manager might be online. He definitely is. One earpiece in. The other earpiece listening to some soap opera. Cool M&M stand, yeah. Blue M&M dunking a basketball, weird 90s toy. I was like, that is so weird and cool as hell. You want to know where the M&Ms come out of? They really didn't think about this. The M&Ms come out of his spleen. And they go into his ass. Oh, no, they go into his ass. Never mind. I misremembered. So you push down on the basketball and they come out of his spleen. It's like, I guess that's appetizing. What a weird idea. You know. Someone clearly was just like, get it out for the NBA promotion. Who cares if it comes out of his spleen? It's M&Ms. They're still going to eat it. It could come out of his pee hole. No one cares. They're M&Ms. They would eat them out of a trough with a pig in it. It's like, I love the cynical bastard nature of these businesses. You know, when they clearly haven't innovated, you know, you sell candy-coated chocolate.
MR_Seeker said, I have seen enough soap opera that my next gig is going to be one that puts their staff first.
YouTube at Aipd. So if you want to listen to high-fidelity audio.
Byzantia Dev said, is that M&M stand from the same era as the insane adverts where Michael Jordan avoids an exploding coliseum by hiding behind a Pepsi machine?
Yeah, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
MR_Seeker said, 1990.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! Love coming across your stream every day. Proud of you, brother. Thank you, April. Thank you.
Why do I see such a weird
Good morning from Nebraska.
Now?
Hey, good morning, Jacob. Good morning from Michigan.
Bulkbogan official said, have you seen Nike commercial Godzilla vs Charles Barkley?
No, I have not. But that sounds right up there. Your arm looking good in this lighting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's get a good. Ugh. Sorry, one arm in this. Here, I'll show it off after this. But yeah, my arms are looking nice instead of the flab.
Byzantia Dev said,
I'm going from the Marshmallow Man to looking like an actual
insane 90s energy
marble
still.
Sculpture. You know, I got a long way to go.
Bulkbogan
nice
official said, G and Charles
done.
Barkley did a dunk off with a Godzilla.
A dunk off with Godzilla.
MR_Seeker said, I have 17 in points and nowhere to spend it on.
You know, real Godzilla's just got Charles Barkley on height. You know, 100 feet tall, you just like drop the basketball in over and over. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless they made Charles Barkley like 50 feet tall, then I think it would be a competition. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, switch arms. Looking good. I like the shirt. Hey, thank you, guy. Seeing progress, it's always a good thing. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, we'll do some sumo squats. Whew. All right. 25 sumo squats. I'm trying to do 50 a day. You know, yeah, I'm hoping to go back to sumo this weekend. And the guy running is making me one of the you know, I don't know what they're called. Tabara, I think, or something. But the big sumo diapers. It's diapers. But they do look cool. So. All right, here we go. 25. One.
Byzantiadev said, dignified ceremonial diapers.
Yeah. 3. 4. I've been watching the sumo tournament, the May sumo tournament. It's crazy how long it goes on for. 14 or 15 days. 5. 6. Hey, thank you for the follow. 7. 8. Trying to get a swat at the bottom there. 10. 11. 12.
If an afterlife exists, there's a log of every message you've ever typed into a chat room.
14. Oh no. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. I wouldn't want that leaking. That's almost like my Google searches. 22. 23. 24. 25. Woo. Getting it in. End of round 1. What are we counting out here? U-Mums 69,000. We're doing sumo stomps. You know, squatting into it between them. Really trying to
There's so many
stretch out the
people
hip
that
flexors.
tell on themselves on social media then
Different
wonder
parts of the
why
leg.
employers want nothing to do with them.
Whew. Okay. One more round of that. I think I'm going to try to handle a plank today. I miss planks, even though they are the most terrifying thing. Whew. All right. Let my heart rate come down a little bit. I do kind of feel bad. One thing I feel bad about, like as a child using the internet, you know, catfishing was a thing, and I just thought it was like so funny as a kid that like if I made a profile with like a girl's picture, even if it's just like a couple pictures of the same girl, like everyone would like kind of like, you know, just send me messages randomly. You know, you just change the location to a random weird city you're in, and like within the hour, you'd get like a random message from a guy in the area. This was in the days of MySpace. You know, I was like laughing so hard, but then you'd like get somebody like you knew.
If
like,
you wanted
not
free
someone
loot in World of
like a
Warcraft,
close
that
friend.
was a thing.
Oh yeah, but yeah, free loot for people who female night elves or whatever. You know, I feel bad about it looking back though. It was like so funny at the time, but it's like, you know, people just desperately seeking companionship. You're really throwing Hail Marys when you're messaging random people on the internet, but you know, those are the most vulnerable people. It's kind of like, you know, people who fall for these like weird Bitcoin scams and weird like the FBI needs Bitcoin. I don't want my grandson to get in trouble. Damn it, Grandma. Whenever you ever had to pay a bill in Bitcoin. But I felt bad, and I was like, yeah, I just deleted it. I was like, I don't feel good I did it. You get someone who's like, it wasn't necessarily a friend, but, someone who went to the same school as I did, like, was like genuinely just a nice person. I knew they were like, just kind of more of a quiet kid. And, clearly just this was the only female talking to him was this fake profile that I had invented. And, we were goofing on him. And then, he's just saying sweet things. It's like, damn, feels bad. And, when you're doing it to random guys that are just like, can I show you my penis? In like the first message, it's like, oh, that's funny. I'll mess with this guy. But, when it happens to an innocent, I feel like, I'm just pranking this poor guy. I'm just like, I can't. And I never revealed. So, that guy must have just been like, he must still think he was just talking to a girl and something he said disinterested, or I don't know. Anyway, you got me thinking about that when it's like every chat message you've ever sent. I think that's the thing I feel the most bad about. Right below that is me sending weird you up texts. You really sometimes when you're single and single for so long, you just feel like scrolling through your messenger and sending a Hail Mary is worth it. But honestly, especially to your like friend group, I don't have a lot of friends, so like, really just like asking out every girl in my DMs or whatever over the course of years, just doesn't feel good. The weird, creepy, and it also feels bad. That happened one time. I asked somebody out in college, right after they had broken up with the guy they'd been dating for a couple of years, and I was like, I've talked to her. I'll try. Because I'm gonna regret if I didn't ask. And then she's like, what the hell is wrong with everybody? You're like the 10th person to ask me out. Can I just like, grieve? What's happening? I don't know. I'm having a mental workout right now. Anyway, okay, let's get back to lifting weights. Yeah, let's get back on track. But I felt really bad about that too.
It's like when your brain demands to remember a thing you regret doing.
Yeah, and then you immediately forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Other than that, I haven't like really harassed anyone. 12, 13, 14. Other than like intimate messages for people I was dating, I wouldn't want that getting out. But if my like whole chat history leaked, like what would I be canceled over? I don't know. Or what if I had to go to the pearly gates with my chat log history? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Get swole, hell yeah. 22, 23, 24. Whew. All right. You looking lean. Thank you. How's your diet these days? Pretty bad. I'm like not gaining any weight, but I'm not losing as much. So I gotta hop back on a food log. If they got a hold of my Modern Warfare 2 game chat, I would be in Alcatraz. Diet, sleep, gym. Oh, yeah. I got to get back in that cycle. Diet is the one axle of that cycle I am missing. Yeah, what? The things you say on voice chat of video games. It was kind of exciting. You know, I think, you know, as a kid, you'd have thick skin. So, you know, when an adult would just call me a little kid or like, and say a bunch of expletives, I could just go, this is amazing that I'm angering an adult this much. And also, I'm winning. So it's even better of a feeling. There's like no trauma to it. It's just the magic of the internet. Eggs and toast breakfast, rotisserie chicken lunch, ground beef, and sweet potato dinner veggies. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Zeus. All right, here we go. Triceps. Sorry for Billy. Oh, it's not really showing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. 12 rows. Try to keep your elbows tucked in versus flared. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah. Next time I do triceps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, switch arms. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoo! All right, 25 sumo stomps, and then we'll try ending with a plank. I think my core has been very much ignored. So, someone sent me a suggestion for making planks easier. I never tried it out, but I don't have the thing to make it easier. So, one day, just get a bunch of tech. Planks are no joke. Yeah. When the last time I was like fit, I could do like a 2-minute plank really easily. I was pretty proud of that. And my trainer's like, damn. He's like, you know, I could barely do 2 minutes. Gotta get ready for Nick. Or work. Have a kick-ass day, my man. Thank you, Zeus. Thanks for the follow. Hope to see you later. Check in on the projects. I work out every morning at 7 a.m. every weekday, Monday to Friday. Okay. 25 sumo stomps. And then we're done for the day. And then we'll do a plank. Okay, here we go. 1, squat. 2. Trying to do toes out. 3. 4. 5. 6. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 5 more. 21. 22. 23. 24. One more. 25. Woo! All right, let's do a plank. TikTok, I'll be right down there. All right, we're trying to plank for as long as we can. Holy shit, let me my heart rate come down. 150. If I'm planking for the rest of the time, like I just lived through pranks, so be it. It'll probably be realistically closer to a minute. My record for plank, since we've been working out since January, is a minute 35, I think. I think that's the highest I got. All right, let's plank. All right, let's see if I can capture it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. I'll be like right down there. All right, here we go, Plank City. Population 1, let me get the timer started. All right, timer is ready to go. As long as we can go for a plank. All right, getting in position. All right, ready? Go. Keeping the butt down. Okay, 1 minute. Whatever. Not the best, not the worst. Again, I can hold a plank for longer. My arms just like slip. I need to figure out a solution. Anyway, anybody else slippery armed salmons over here that knows a trick to planking without slipping around? Let me know. All right. Thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for all the nice comments. Have a good rest of your day and see you tomorrow. I work out 7 a.m. every weekday. So, all right, catch you. Catch you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Peace. Sweat check. Proof it's not all CGI. All right, see you tomorrow. See you, Mr. Seeker. See you, Chandru, Biz, Bulk, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. See you tomorrow. Peace.